I was walking to Luna's, one of my favorite places to do comedy in Sacramento. Yeah, shout out for a wonderful place. And as I'm walking, I see this old man, and he's out walking his dog, and the dog starts walking away from him. And he goes, hey! 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 Dog just keeps walking. Hey, come back! Hey! Hey! Oh, don't go in the street. Don't go in the street. You going in the street. Why are you going? I said don't go in the street. Hey! Are you going in the street? You're going to get hit by a car. You want to get hit by a car? Okay. Apparently you want to get hit by a car. Go ahead and get hit by a car. See if I care. See if I care. And I watched this, and I felt like approaching the man and helping him and being like, hey! 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 Oh, man! Hey! Stop yelling! Stop yelling. The dog does not understand the words that you are yelling at him. But if I did that, any one of you witnessing it would be totally justified in approaching me and saying, hey! 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 Hey, comedian! Hey! Hey, the old man! He does not understand the words that you are yelling at him. I write these jokes. I write them. And then I rehearse them, and then I rewrite them, and I polish them up, and then I go try them out at open mic nights, and people are like, oh, you're a comedian, you must be quick. Huh? No, not. Like, I did all this to compensate for the fact that I'm not very quick on my feet at all. I bet you get some real zingers, some real good comebacks. No, maybe with the adrenaline of the lights and everything. Like, if any of you fuck with me right now, you're going down. But on the street, I'm terrible at it. Plus, like, I mean, not all, a lot of comedians are people that they wouldn't give you a perfect comeback if they could, because they don't want to get in a fight. But they'll go home and write it, and then later on stage say that they did. And that's our revenge. And then we get paid for it, and you still have a miserable life, and you work in retail or whatever. Like, that's our comeback. So I came up with the perfect comeback exactly one time that I can think of, and I was on stage when it happened. I'm going to tell you 2 times that I failed, and 1 time that I succeeded. Okay, so I was at the bank, and I was in a long line at the bank, and I got this yuppie in front of me, and he's being really impatient. He's like, "Can you believe this? Can you believe this shit?" And I'm like, "Yeah, it happens every Friday." I'm like, where have you been? You know? Like, you already have all of our money. Why are you being impatient about getting to it? You know, like when I get to the end of this line, it's for bad news. I'm the one who should be mad about being here. As we're waiting, a guy in a wheelchair rolls by us. And they have a special window for him that's set down a little bit lower, and he doesn't have to wait in line. He rolls right up to the window. A checker takes care of him right away. He's a veteran. I knew that because he had the bumper sticker on the back of his wheelchair, which I always love when they put a bumper sticker on a wheelchair, like you're gonna see him pass you on the freeway, you know? If you can read this, you're too close, you know? But he had the bumper sticker that said, you know, he had served and that he was a veteran, and he was missing a leg. And he goes up and he gets taken care of. And I'm like, okay, that's cool. That's cool, they take care of him. And the yuppie turns around and he goes, "You see that?" And I go, "Yeah. Yeah, that was my comeback." So, yeah, really blew it. And once I got home, then I realized I should have said, "Yeah, shit. Tell you what, I'd give my right leg for some of that kind of service." That would have been good. But I didn't think of that. It's too late. Sacramento has the loveliest alleys. I have an alley that I walk through. No, I'm being sincere. I actually like Because you can like pretend you're still in the country sometimes. Like some of our alleys just outside of the city center aren't paved and they got grass and so I'm like, oh, I'm just Tom Sawyer here looking for Huck Finn. You know, I have my little fantasy for a minute that I don't live in an urban center. And so I walk through the alleys a lot. And then I'm walking through my favorite alley to get to my house and they put a fence up with a lock, the city did. I was like, why is that? And then the neighbor was like, because people were coming here with prostitutes at night and getting blowjobs. And I was like, I know, we call that free entertainment. Like, seriously, if they made that a reality show, you'd fucking watch. And we have it live. And you blew it. Like, and now they can't. Like, why did you do that? So one day I'm very forgetful, and so I'm walking and I go through that alley and I come up to the fence and I'm like, damn it. And I don't want to go all the way around, so I climb the fence. And I'm like, be impressed, because I'm in my 40s and I'm clearing a fence, you know, like that's good. You know, I hop down the other side, like, I think I hurt my ankle. Guy comes out, furious. What are you doing? Going home. Why'd you jump the fence? City put the fence in so people didn't go through the alley, not so the people will go through the alley and jump the fence. And I was like, oh, well. That was my comeback. Oh, well. If he'd approached me and he'd been like, hey, you know, I prefer you didn't do that again or whatever, I would have been like, yeah, I'm sorry, I just got lost. But instead he comes out like, don't do it again, all right? Don't do it again. And I said, oh, fuck you. Again, brilliant with the comebacks. I said, fuck you. And he said, oh, yeah? Yeah. He says, you want to come over the other side of the fence and say that? And I was like, no. Because then you could hit me. But why is he inviting me to jump the fence again? Like, isn't that why you're mad at me? And it wasn't until I got in the house that I was like, oh, I should have said, no, I like this fence between us. So it's like I went to the zoo and visited the asshole exhibit. Right? That would have been a good thing to say. So the one time I nailed it, I'm at a show, I'm on stage, probably being brilliant, you know, like I do. My friend Mickey's in the back with a girl who looks way too young for him, which is par for the course for this guy. Okay, I'll clear up. That's not Mickey. But I do know that he knows Mickey. So Mickey's in the back. I'm having my moment. I'm in the spotlight, you know. And he starts heckling me. And I'm like, for real? And I said, is that how you do it, Mickey? Is that how you get those underage girls? Yeah. And she says, I'm not underage. To which I replied, you're not? Oh, I'm sorry. Happy birthday!